So I've been doing a lot of reading, and I just finished 3 books. I was reading these books at the same time, and I finished them maybe a day or two apart from each other. And instead of just getting up here and giving one review for each that I finished, I was like, I'm just going to do them all at once. I'll try to go through it pretty fast. But I read Keeper of Lost Children by Sadika Johnson, The Clinic by Kate Quinn, and Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. So first I'm going to go over Keeper of Lost Children. I have here, and I also have my notes because, sometimes I can't remember everything. I'm in my 40s and it's real. So Keeper of Lost Children, look at this beautiful cover. I love it. I actually met this author back in February, Valentine's Day to be specific, and really sweet. And she signed my copy. Look at that. I was so excited. But yeah, I read this. I really enjoyed it. Look, Sadika Johnson's writing is very vivid and beautiful without it being too wordy and lengthy. And that's what I love about her writing. I rated this book a 4 out of 5. And I absolutely love the multiple POVs. So we're following Ethel, Ozzy, and Sophia, and we're following them in different timelines. So we have the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. And it wasn't confusing at all. And I liked the way she tied it all together in the end. She is very good with doing that. The reason why I gave it a 4 and not a 5 is because Sophia, even though she is a teenager, she's in high school, there were a couple of things about her that kind of irked me. And I don't know if that's me being super picky. Like I said, I know she is a child, but it was just a little extra at times. Other than that, a beautiful story. We're basically, just to give you the gist of it, just a little bit of background with Ethel. So we have these. Also, I wanted to say too, before I talk about this, Sadika Johnson's research to write this book is absolutely phenomenal. The way she told us when we met her in February that she actually went to Germany to do research on this, and you can see it all in this book, down to like German words and phrases and things like that. Her research to write this book is absolutely impeccable. But basically, you have these German women who meet these American military soldiers, and they form relationships, and children are produced from those relationships. And then when these soldiers have to go back to America, the German women can no longer afford to take care of these kids. So they would take them to this church, or this place where Ethel was there helping out and running it, to give these kids up for adoption. That's why it's Keeper of Lost Children. And it was her job to find homes for these children, and she did. And that's where Sophia comes in, and her storyline and things like that. And I thought it was beautifully done. I really enjoyed this. I would highly recommend it. Next, we have The Clinic. You guys know how I feel about this. I actually posted something about it last week. This is my first book by Kate Quinn, and I will be reading more by her. This was a 5 out of 5 for me. If you are into psychology or in that whole psychology realm, I think you would really enjoy this. This is really, really heavy on psychology without it being too much for someone who's not into that. I mean, I picked up on it just fine. This is so good. This is multiple POVs between Meg and Kara. And as I said before, Meg's sister unexpectedly dies in the clinic, which is a rehab facility for people with addictions. Her sister unexpectedly dies, and she doesn't think it was by suicide. She thinks it was malicious. So she checks herself into this clinic to do some investigating of her own to find out how her sister died. And Kara is the clinic manager, who is also suspicious of the psychotherapist there. So they're each investigating on their own, not knowing what the other is doing, and you're getting their point of views. Chapters are so short. There's like 114 chapters in this book, and it's only about 400 pages. When I say the chapters are short, I mean like a page and a half, and sometimes less than that. So I went through it super fast. I loved it. Very twisty. At times, my heart was really pounding at the end when it was just getting close. I like the twist. And I just thought the writing was so good. It kept me intrigued. I really enjoyed it. So I would highly recommend The Clinic. Last but certainly not least is Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. Okay, I'm just going to say I gave this 3 stars, and it's not because it was bad. It's just okay. For me, 3 stars is just okay. It's okay. And I thought the twist was pretty decent. But this to me was just funny. First of all, I love anything with like a revenge type of trope to it. I don't know. It's something satisfying to me. It's like, yeah, get them back. I don't know. I just live vicariously through that. So that's why I enjoy it so much. And that's one of the things I wrote down in my book here that is funny at times. I enjoyed the Dear Debbie excerpts. The reason why I didn't want to get this book is because I thought, Dear Debbie, am I gonna like this? It just seems like it might be corny, but I actually enjoyed the little newspaper excerpts a lot. Reading those, oh my, it's so funny. And like I said, I think it had a good twist and a good storyline behind it too, as to why Debbie was the way that she was. So look, Frida McFadden is a palate cleanser. I think that if you're in a slump or you just don't know what to read next, picking up one of her books is just easy to get through, a decent read. And I just wanted to give it a try, so I read it on my Kindle and I really enjoyed it. So those are the 3 books that I've read. Just want to get up here and give you guys an update. Thanks. Bye.